Navajo FlexCrete produces 4 different thickness of blocks: 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, and 12-inch.
Some of the tools required to install Navajo FlexCrete are a notch trowel, a rubber mallet, a rasp, margin trowel, a 4-foot level, small hand brush, and a low-speed drill with mixing paddle.
See how dry it is? Now you're going to add water to it.
Some of the additional tools required for installation of Navajo FlexCrete are a bandsaw, a drill press, and a regular hand saw. On projects where larger FlexCrete material is used, a mini crane may be an option. Points to check when installing FlexCrete product is the leveling course must be plumb and level. All head and bed joints must be solid with FlexCrete approved thin bed mortar with full adhesion. Blocks must be installed in a running bond.
Put my thin bed
With a minimum overlap of 1/4 the length of that block. On the leveling course, we will start with a layout of the wall lines on the building slab, utilizing control lines.
Just take off a little bit of debris. Then set your bed mortar on the inside of your line and the edge of the house or the slab. Slide it over your rebars and then set it on top of your bed mortar according to your lines and the slabs. Then you get your laser and your level. The laser is just level across this way. Then laser this in. Then start tapping it down until it tells you it's right there. Then do the same thing on the back side. You make sure you look at your level. See, as you can see, it's kind of off. So you just tap it a little bit on the side until it gets on level mark. You make your pencil mark and your line on your slab, you line it up. Then you go down the line and you make sure your block is sitting square on your line. Of course, you got to put your rebar cap back on. And then you just clean the edge. What I usually do is set all the corners like what I just did. Set all the corners, then come back around and then run my string line. Run a string line across and then go by the string line and my level. Just using the bed mortar and the thin set. That's the only time we use the bed mortar is underneath, that's it.
Mixing thin bed mortar. Mix FlexCrete AC approved thin bed mortar in a clean mixing container, 5-gallon bucket or pail, per manufacturer's directions. The consistency of the mixed thin bed mortar should be such that it flows easily through the teeth of the notch trowel, leaving the shape of the teeth in the mortar bed. Thin bed mortar dropping should not be used. setting the second corner block. Set the second FlexCrete AC corner block, adding thin bed mortar to the head joint with a notch trowel. Repeat for additional corners. Repeat subsequent steps for each corner using builder's levels to maintain an equal elevation. Triple check each leveled corner in all planes. Points to check. Mixing thin bed mortar. Before mixing new batches of mortar, wash out the bucket or pail to prevent any old thin set from accelerating the drying time of the new mix.
Take off some of that dust. That way it fuses together quicker and easier.
Applying thin bed mortar to the head and bed joint. Spread only enough thin bed mortar to lay one block at a time. The thin bed mortar must cover the full width of the joint. Pick up each block and move it as close to the head joint as possible before lowering onto the bed joint.
We got a 24-inch block that's 2 feet, and then by code we have to be overlapping a quarter of this block, so it'll be 6 inches. That's a quarter. Right here we're at 8 inches. We're more than over a quarter, so by 2 inches, which is good. We're in the clear.
Fill in completion of leveling course. After building the lead corners, pull a string between the two corners and complete the leveling course. Sand, cement, mortar should be used for the bed joint and thin bed mortar for each head joint, leveling across each block to ensure wall is plumb. Typical coursing. Tap the end of the block to ensure the full surface coverage of thin bed mortar at the head joint and align with the string lines. Clean off any spilled or dripped thin bed mortar from the face of the wall. Rasping as needed. As needed, rasp or sand the top of the walls to ensure a level bed joint for the next course. Install lintels as required.
We have a bottom lintel. This is a bomb beam sitting under here that goes way back over here, more than 2 foot past each and every opening. There are 2 horizontal number 4 rebar going across, and then we'll have another number 4 rebar coming down vertical. So as you could see, both sides has a cavity of more than 2 foot past our opening. That's on each and every case of every windows and doors. Then this will be grouted. As you can see, it can be cut with a skill saw, a worm drive, a little bit of chiseling. You can run your Romax, EMTs, anything else that needs to be put inside the FlexCrete block. This is what not to do, to run horizontal, exterior and interior on the same location.
We have highlighted some of the key points of Navajo FlexCrete blocks. Please visit our website for additional information. We have available for download an extensive technical manual, construction details, and project photos. Also, feel free to contact any of our technical representatives for assistance. Oh, I know, say, oh, I know, say,